Hi everybody, very welcome to Mentour and yet another video podcast. As always, I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. So, today on the podcast, I'll be talking about how to get that precious first job. How can I get you guys into one of these? So how do you go about getting that first airline job or that first job in any industry? Well, first of all, I am a firm believer in having a very positive attitude. Okay, and the reason for that is because you are going to run into a lot of obstacles. There's going to be a lot of ways where you can lose that positive feeling that you need to have. So you're going to have to constantly work on your personality and on that positive feeling in order for you to be successful. So that's number one, you need to have a really positive attitude from the beginning. Second of all, you need perseverance. Okay, you need grit. And the reason I say that is because it normally takes quite a lot of time to land that first job. Like, you might be very lucky, you might be finishing your flight school and send in your first application and be called for an interview and get in. That is absolutely possible, and it's happened to a lot of people. However, you might also send in that first, second, third, fourth and 100th application without getting any kind of response back. And in those circumstances, you need to have perseverance. You need to have grit, okay? And that means that even though you're not hearing anything, you continuously work on finding other solutions. Think outside of the box, guys. Maybe you have a rich uncle that I've mentioned before in other podcasts. Maybe you have someone who knows someone that you can talk to. Never focus on the negative things, which in this case would be that no one is calling you. Never focus on that. Try to find a different solution to it. There are loads and loads of them. I guarantee you that. All right. So that's number two, perseverance. Number three is once you actually do get that first interview. All right. Once you have been called for an interview, and it might be, it might be an interview where you're just talking to someone from the airline business. It might not actually be a formal interview. You're just talking to someone who can actually get you into an airline. In that case, you are going to have to relax. And I know that that is easier said than done, but the fact is that if you relax, you are going to give a much more positive picture of yourself, okay? If you take a deep breath and you realize that in most cases where you're being called for an interview, the person on the other side of the table actually do want you to succeed. They want you in that role. That's why they've taken you into the interview in the first place. Remember that when you're in the interview situation. Take a deep breath. Make sure that before you go to that interview that you have slept enough, that you have eaten enough, even if you don't feel like eating because you're so nervous. Make sure that you are properly physically and mentally prepared for it. And remember, they do want you to have that job. Right. Then, number four, and this is probably the most important thing. Whenever you go for an airline interview, or if you go to an interview for McDonald's, or whatever job that might be, you have to be well prepared. Okay, that means that you have to show that you've done your homework on the business, the company that you're applying to. Go in, check out their website, make sure that you know how many aircraft they have, what different aircraft types they have, things like that. They are likely to ask you, why do you want to join our company? And you have to have a reasonably good answer to that. Okay, so be well prepared. And let's say if you go through and you have all of those four markers, it's very likely that you will be successful. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope, as always, that you are doing great. I hope you've had a chance to check out my Mentour 360 app. It's still available for both Android and iPhone and iPads. So have a look at it, get it if you like it. And as always, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.